The 2024 Tour de France has come to a close and is of course the biggest bike race in the world, and this year it was well and truly the Tadej Pogacar show who added his third title to his illustrious palmarès. But of course it's not just about the Slovenian and his win, it also comes down to what all the other teams have done throughout their race, and in today's video we are going to look at the prize money, how it's been divided out by the teams. But before we get into it, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe here to the Cycling Dane as we get closer to 50,000 subscribers.
Total pot of the 2023 Tour de France was 2.5 million euros. First place, obviously the winner gets 500,000, the second place gets 200,000, and the third place gets 100,000, and this goes all the way down to top 20, where the 20th place gets 1,000 euros. On top of this, every finisher as well up to 160th place also receive an additional 1,000 euros. So that means teams that finish with 8 riders get 8,000 euros in their pot. Each stage winner gets 11,000 euros, and second place 5,500, 2,800 euros for third place, etc., all the way down to 20th as well, where you get 300 euros. On top of this, the classifications, the green jersey and the mountains jersey, they get 25,000 euros for winning. The best young rider gets 20,000. On top of this, the leader of each classification receives 300 per day, except for the yellow jersey who receives 500. And on top of this, we also have the Henri de Grange prize, which is 5,000 euros. The daily combativity award as well receives 2,000 euros. The overall combativity award winner receives 20,000 euros. So even the categorized climbs have money attached to it as well.
So a lot of money that can be dealt out between the riders. So we're going to look at the top 10. But before we do that, we might as well look at some of the teams that didn't make it into the top 10. And at the wrong end of the table, bottom, we have Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe with 18,260 euros to their name. A disappointing race for them for sure, with Red Bull coming in as well. They also had Roglic and Vlasov crashing out. Equally, we also had AG2R underperforming, and notably teams like DSM Firmenich, PostNL, Arkea, B&B Hotels and Astana Kazakhstan team also missed out on the top 10 despite winning stages. Furthermore, Bahrain Victorious and Israel Premier Tech committing to getting inside the top 10 with Santiago Buitrago and Derek G also didn't make it into the top 10. A reminder as well that this isn't the money that the riders get paid in the whole year. It's just the team prizes available for the teams within the race. But if you do want to see the salaries, we also have the video for that, so make sure to check that out if you haven't already. First team in our top 10 is the Pro Continental team TotalEnergies, the French outfit who many people didn't think were going to be doing anything at this year's Tour de France in the beginning, certainly proved their doubters wrong and had plenty of riders in the breaks on many stages, and even won the gravel stage on stage 9 with Anthony Turgis, and came close to another victory when Matteo Vercher on stage 18. But Turgis, when we look at the prize money, is the highest earner for the team with 23,940 euros, and Vercher came in at 8,000 euros, totaling 50,300 euros for the team. Next on the list, we have Movistar that came in with 54,060 euros. Movistar is a team that has a rich history of the Tour de France. Notably, they had Nairo Quintana and Valverde on the same podium a few years ago, but they didn't really have their way with their GC leader Enric Mas this year. But they certainly did get involved in a lot of breakaway action, and Oyo Lozcano was the top earner for the team with 15,130 euros, who even managed to win the Jacques Godet prize as well. Fernando Gaviria was second with 10,310 euros, and he managed to finish second. And he managed to finish second on stage 3 and third on stage 6. But the team missed out on that crucial stage victory that they wanted, and the drought continues. And Enric Mas, despite being intact in the final week, didn't get the win and wasn't near the top 10. Next on the list, we have our only Scandinavian team and the best pro-continental team. That is Uno X Mobility, that came in with 57,370 euros in total and stole a lot of their attention early on in the first week with Jonas Abrahamsen, who managed to be very aggressive in that first week and wore the Mountains jersey and green jersey at the same time at points in the race. And he did very well to be there in the breaks, get his name out, and even held on for that Pogacar jersey for quite a long time. Christoph finished third on stage 5 after his incredible comeback, and on stage 16 as well. And Tobias Halle Johannessen and Magnus Cort Nielsen were very active in the breaks as well. Unsurprisingly, when we come to the breakdown, Abrahamsen is the biggest earner for the team with 26,250 euros to his name. Christoph in second place, and Tobias Halle Johannessen came in with 6,730. Despite the team not winning a stage, they certainly did warrant that wildcard that they got by the organizers and came extremely close, and maybe next year will be where we see the Norwegian outfit getting their very first win. Coming in at number 7 from a high to a team that were a bit disappointing, and that was Ineos Grenadiers with 65,780 euros. They recorded the lowest finish in the team prize rankings for many years, and the team got 7th overall in the GC with Carlos Rodriguez, while Tadej Pogacar and Kwiatkowski came very close to stage victories on stage 9 and 18 respectively, but ultimately the team left the race with no stage win. Rodriguez finished second in the white jersey as well, so that added more money to the pot, and the team were 4th in the team classification. Rodriguez was the highest earner for the team with 31,740 euros, and Tom Pidcock, despite leaving the race early, was second with 6,740 euros. Not a good result for the team considering their budget and their rich history, but I'm sure they'll bounce back next year. Alpecin de Koenig is the next team with 77,520 euros to their name, and this may be a bit of a disappointment for the team, as in the first week things didn't quite go their way and they didn't have a stage win until the second week. But they did manage to win 3 stages with Jasper Philipsen, but no green jersey like they did last year. So they will be a bit frustrated about that. And there was a relegation as well, and if that hadn't happened, he might have been closer to the green jersey. But he still finished second, and of course there's a big cash prize associated with that classification result as well for the green jersey. Philipsen of course accounted for the biggest portion for the team in terms of the prize money with 65,500 euros, and sadly only 2,610 euros for the world champion Mathieu van der Poel, who was on lead-out duties once again, and maybe he was also using this training for the Olympics. However, we would have loved to have seen a Mathieu van der Poel stage victory, but it just didn't happen. Coming into the top 5, and here we have EF Education-EasyPost, who earned 88,210 euros, a very big improvement on last year's result for them, and this was far better than many people were fearing for the EF outfit. This was a contrast to last year's race for Richard Carapaz, who crashed out on stage 1. Yes, the GC wasn't there, despite wearing the yellow jersey early on, but he did however recover to win the Masters jersey outright and win stage 17 as well. Along with that, the organizers also awarded him the Super Combativity Award as well. But no real GC result for them, but certainly a good performance, and Ben Healy was also very active in the breakaways. Carapaz of course accounts for the most with 71,730 euros, and Ben Healy second with 5,880 euros, but the team are certainly going to be very chuffed with that. Next on the list is a team that we met on the rest day, and that is of course Intermarché-Wanty, who managed to take away 108,760 euros, and that is also their best total ever in a team prize fund in the Tour de France. Biniam Girmay, the history maker, managed to win 3 stages along the way and the green jersey as well, becoming the first air Trent to do both those 3, and he made up 84,100 euros of their prize fund. And there was also the number of intermediate sprints he was in competitive with, and even won some as well. So Binny, not just for the stages, but the classification, wearing the jersey, and the intermediate sprint performances added up to his total. And of course we have our video of the rise of Biniam Girmay as well, if you want to see more about the Eritrean legend. The third team on the list is Soudal Quick-Step, who didn't bring a sprinter to the race for the first time in many Tour de France's, but did manage to rack up 247,860 euros in prize money, and the faith in Remco Evenepoel has well and truly been repaid, who managed to win stage 7 and also won the Young Riders classification, along with all the days he wore the white jersey, and even finished on the final podium in Nice in his first ever Tour de France. And the cherry on top of that was that Mikael Landa finished 5th place in GC as well. Incidentally, the white jersey has never been won by a Belgian before, so this was the first time we saw a Belgian win that jersey in history. Remco Evenepoel, of course, accounted for most of the money with 166,870 euros to his name, and Mikel Landa at 55,510 euros. So quite a haul for the Belgian outfit, and really shows the importance of the GC positions. Next on our list is last year's winners and Grand Tour Supremos, and that is of course Team Visma-Lease bike, who have certainly been a team with a bit of bad luck before this Tour de France. They managed to come away with 355,320 euros, and that's not bad considering the bad luck Vingegaard had recovering from that Tour of the Basque Country crash, and also at the beginning they were left without Sepp Kuss of their start squad. The team managed to get Vingegaard in second place overall, and he even managed to win a stage as well. And on top of that, Matteo Jorgensen fought valiantly to get himself inside the top 10 in 8th place, so not a bad recovery from the team. Vingegaard is of course the biggest earner with 250,400 euros for the team, and Matteo Jorgensen with 33,880 euros, and they also managed to finish second in the team classification, so there will be money for that as well. A Tour result that on paper isn't great for the team, but given the circumstances, it's certainly been a good Tour of recovery from them. Now coming to number one, and if you haven't already, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel here on the Cycling Dane. And unsurprisingly, it is UAE Team Emirates that is the number one team, coming in with 799,460 euros, and is one of the highest totals we've ever seen. They managed to win the GC outright, with Tadej Pogacar winning his third Tour de France in his career, and also along with that 6 stage wins, something that we haven't seen for a very long time from a GC rider, and the last rider to win 6 stages at a Tour was Mark Cavendish. Pogacar is of course the biggest earner, 621,180 in total, more than any other team in this year's Tour de France. And on top of that, they managed to finish 4th with Almeida, 6th with Adam Yates in the GC, and the team classification also went to them, which accounts for 50,000 in total. And Pogacar even won the Henri de Grange prize as well, along with all the days where he was wearing the polka dot jersey or even leading the mountains classification as well. Pogacar also swept up a number of mountains jersey points as well, as we know, and that also had allocated money to it. Pogacar well and truly demolished his field this year in terms of the Tour de France and also the Giro d'Italia, and we did also do the team prize breakdown of the Giro d'Italia, so if you want to check out that, be sure to do so. But anyways, with that, that's basically it for this video. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel here on the Cycling Dane, and let us know what you think about the team prize money of the Tour de France that has not increased with inflation. But of course, as always, thank you for watching, and I will see you around.